Hello, this is Joe. Welcome back to the channel. Well, I'm standing in front of a rather notable location here in northeast Albuquerque, which is the only undeveloped lot. The only undeveloped lot in this whole part of the city. And I don't really know why. Nobody has ever built a house here. But here it is. An undeveloped lot in northeast Albuquerque. Yours for the asking. Well, it doesn't really look like it's for sale. But it's a nice day. It's not too windy. We've had terrible winds the last few weeks. Today looks like a nice day. It's going to be nicer in the next few days. And I'm trying to take a nice long walk up to Wantabo Boulevard. Yes. And I'm not using my walking stick. I was using this walking stick several years before I had hip surgery, and it wasn't really because of my hips. It was more like it was kind of nice to have a stick in the sense of this is New Mexico and there's stray dogs. People let their dogs run free. It's kind of cultural around here. And there's coyotes and stuff. We're a couple miles from the Sandia Mountains, so we do get wildlife coming down into town. But anyways, I'm out here today without the stick. Walk softly and carry a big stick. The only stick I'm carrying is the camera. And now we're passing a house where they have a bunch of cinder blocks, and they've been working on this fence project for quite a while, or not working on it, as the case may be. But I think the notable thing is they have a statue, kind of a birdcage looking enclosure with a kind of a statue, kind of interesting. And it kind of makes me wonder what attracts people to having statuary in their front yard. There's actually a house further down the street that also has some statuary, and it kind of makes me wonder, what's the fascination with statuary around here? I don't know. I like their security wall fence in the front of the property, but they have these lions here that reminds me of the Lion City. Yes, I visited the Lion City, Singapore, back in the late 1970s in the Navy. But these people have the advantage of their property is guarded by lions. Yes. So they have that going for them, which is nice. Evidence of human civilization living in the flood control arroyo. So we have a large cardboard box, and we have some towels, and we have what looks like a decorative chair without the seat. And over there we have some more clothes. Interesting. And then right here we have a memorial to Thomas Ortega, 1977 to 2023. Rest in peace, Tomas. And now we are approaching the duck pond. That's right, there's a duck pond up here. These apartments have a duck pond. Not much of a pond by the standards of people that live in places where there's more water than we have, but there be ducks huddling in the cold, sunny morning, trying to stay warm. Yes, there be ducks trying to stay warm. This is one of my favorite walks. Pretty close to home, uphill. If you go east toward the Sandias, it's uphill. But this road, this street, takes us kind of northeasterly, so it's like slightly longer for the same elevation incline, so that means it's a little less steep. But yeah, so kind of a nice area to walk in. It looks really nice unless you had to live here. Actually, you know, they do have tennis courts, but nobody plays tennis anymore. Or those are basketball courts. Nobody plays basketball around here either. I think everybody's on their phones. And the tennis courts I've seen, they're all playing pickleball. That would be like people of my generation, probably. Anyway, it's a cool morning, and as long as it's not windy like it has been. Yeah, there's been some dangerous winds, like bad car crashes out on the interstates because of lack of visibility. I was listening to Dan Milner's podcast or video the other day. He lives in Santa Fe. He's a Blurb, works for Blurb. He's a creative person, and he was saying that they've had really super bad high winds in Santa Fe, which is usually not the case. Typically the springtime winds are more likely south, like Albuquerque and south of Albuquerque, but climate is slightly different these days. So the city of Albuquerque requires property developers, when they develop a piece of property, to put in sidewalks. But somehow this property over here was exempt from that requirement. And also where that car is heading, the yellow curbing, that whole stretch where those cedar trees are, also no sidewalk. So apparently some people do get exemptions from those requirements, but what I find really funny, this is kind of my sixth sense of humor, is the city was good enough, nice enough to put in curbing, sidewalks and curbing along the corner, and it starts like right here and ends right there. And not only that, but they made the ADA, American Disabilities Act, wheelchair compliance curbing along here and there, but it doesn't go anywhere. It just, there's dirt and weeds, but at least our tax money has been spent wisely. So these kind of things I find very humorous. Look at the pancakes and bacon. Garcia's restaurant. I wonder if those were good at one time. Not only interesting things in the curb when I'm walking do I find of value to stop and ponder, but also there's a photographic subject that I've been working on as I walk the neighborhoods, which are curb couches, discarded pieces of furniture or other home decor, home furnishings. People leave on the sidewalk or in the gutter, curbside, perhaps to be picked up. And I've amassed quite a few pictures of these in my neighborhood over the years as I've carried cameras with me on my daily walks. Right now, as I look down the street, I don't see any curb couches, but I might throw in a few photos if I am clever about it. Not exactly curb couches, but garage driveway couches. There we go. That almost counts. And thus ends my morning walk today. Kind of cool. Cold front blew in a few days ago and it's still pretty cold. Well, not really, but colder than normal. Nice day to have a walk though. And I wish you the very best. If you can, try to get out and have a walk yourself and ponder the things that you observe in your neighborhood. Maybe take a camera or just your phone and take photos of things that interest you. That's kind of what I do. Until next time, stay creative and have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye for now. Oh, wait. The pink ice cream truck, the snack attack truck, is coming up here. I think it's important that we take some footage of this. I have not seen this truck actually out on the road dispensing treats to the youngsters of Albuquerque, but it is a fun artifact of the neighborhood that we have this there.